Hello and welcome to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. The Helping Hand is an initiative of the H4P organization where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. The greatest limitations we put on ourselves become the greatest limitations of our lives. If we don't limit ourselves, we can do anything, we can be anything.
I see that there are more abilities lying behind my disability.
Like I say, disability indeed is not inability. Hello and welcome to your most favorite show on air. It's a Helping Hand TV show where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. This week, I have a very interesting edition for you, but I'll first go on a commercial break. I'll be right back, and I'll introduce you to this week's exciting edition. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. And today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend. Others call her the sweet companion. And others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable. And she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samana Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the top most made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability, and you are supporting H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners.
Nature's finest touch.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. Today we have an exciting episode for you. We are going to take a walk down memory lane, how 2020 has been on the Helping Hand TV show. We bring you exciting interviews, inspirational interviews, and motivational interviews. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Your first name is Epaphras.
Yes, please.
What does it mean?
Well, simple means the servant of God.
Amazing. Amazing. I hear Epaphras, I hear Ato Fosen.
Yes.
Obviously, you're a Fanti.
Yes, please.
That's the communion.
Oh, yes.
I normally don't ask my guests where they come from, their hometown and all that.
Oh, wow.
But your story, we need to hear that one. So let me start with that. Where do you come from?
Thank you. I come from Komante.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the central region?
In the central region.
You had to begin your basic level education at the age of 21. We'll come to that. But 6 months, you sleep and you wake up, and most of the black in your eye is gone, and all your eyes are white.
Yes.
The other wonder in your story is that you didn't know anything about visual impairment.
No.
Your family didn't know anything about visual impairment.
No, please.
How is that possible? At all? How is that possible?
Well, when I started growing up, the family, I did not see any visually impaired person in my hometown.
Wow.
So I thought I was the only one.
So the whole community, you were also the only visually impaired person?
Yes, by then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Young, what did you inspire to be? What did you aspire to be?
Well, initially, I thought I'll be an engineer.
Wow.
Because by then, I was able to, fix things and, destroying it and then moving it and so on and so on. So I fidget a lot.
So, was it that you were fixing or destroying?
Yes.
But at least you could dismantle things.
Yes, I dismantle and then fix it.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. So you had in mind to be an engineer, but here you are having a visual impairment.
Yes.
That was going to be a very Herculean task. But you still held on to that.
Yes.
One of the things that amazes me is the fact that nobody knew about visual impairment, so you did not start your schooling early. You had to wait till like 21 years before going to basic school.
Not that I wanted to wait for that.
Okay.
I didn't get any information. And go to a time when one of my father's brothers came to my hometown.
Okay.
And told me that he would send me to school.
Okay.
So I was so happy. By then I was 16 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah. And later, it didn't come on.
He disappointed you?
Yes. I don't want to say that. That's why.
I have said it for you. Yes. But my surprise is that why would they just leave you like that? Because then you are growing and
Yes.
you need to be educated.
Sure.
And nobody is interested.
No.
Why?
Well, as I was saying, my hometown, that by then there was no visually impaired person. So I think they seem not, any important that I should go to school or so.
So obviously at that time you would even think that in the whole world you are the only visually impaired person.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What happened in between that time? I'm aware you became a Christian at that time.
Sure.
And you were on fire.
Well, that time, when I was 14 years, we had a brother who was very good Christian.
Okay.
So he took us and taught us by how to read Bible, how to understand Bible,
Okay.
To be a proper Christian and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So by then, when I was 16 years, I was able to understand the Bible. I know the Bible and I quote the Bible. Meanwhile, I have not attended any school.
Wow. Wow. So does it mean that somebody was reading it to you because you couldn't see?
Yes.
So somebody was reading it to you?
Sure, my senior brother.
And you were committing it into memory?
Sure.
You are intelligent, yes? Wow. You were chosen to be the leader of a prayer group, I guess?
Yes. Our youth fellowship, Methodist Youth Fellowship.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was chosen as a prayer secretary. And by then, God was using us, in a mysterious way.
Wow.
Yes, I would say mysterious way because we did a lot for Jesus.
Let me find out from you. Here you are. You have an encounter with Jesus. You are ministering to people. You are saving people. You are even praying and healing people.
Sure.
And you are visually impaired.
Oh, sure. Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Wouldn't you ask God a question?
I asked. Yes, it got to a time when I realized that things were going on and God was using us, marvelously. I one day put a chair and I knelt down before the chair.
As if God was sitting on the chair.
As he was sitting on the chair.
You needed to
just,
tell him
I intentionally invited him to sit on chair.
Wow.
And ask him, God, why isn't that you are using me to heal people and so on and so forth? But why me?
And yet you are not healed.
Yes. And one day I had a dream.
Good.
People think that the visual impaired, we don't have dreams. We have dreams.
You know, that's interesting because we think visually impaired people can see.
Yes.
We think they can dream.
Yes.
Amazing. When you called God to come and sit on the chair, and you asked God a piece or two of your mind, God visited you in a dream. Tell us that dream.
Good. Yeah, as I asked him some questions.
Yeah.
One day I had a dream that I've met a man, and he was asking me questions that, do you know Paul, whom he had the waist pains? And I told him that my grace is sufficient for him. He also showed me Job. When he got into some difficulties for about 10 years. He also he gave me a lot of instances. The word that came from my mouth was if then use me.
Wow.
As you like. Use me.
So from that point, you stopped questioning God?
Yes, I've stopped. And I didn't want to ask God any question again. Anything, I just raise a song. Like this song, Pastor Joby Chem's song.
Okay.
Like this part. Semenje ajinjin na mamperan komenima medindamaro na reho akamashe tabi semenyi menye finyipadu na manhwehwe bibi na maya medindamaro na disappointment achimari no way na mama meida kosobo na mabo minyame empire na makede iraze somimu Namaba. Yes.
Amazing. So let's go straight to the beginning of your story.
Yeah.
You were born, you had cerebral palsy. Did your mom tell you what caused it?
Well, to be honest with you, and the year that I was born, I'm sure Ghana did not have the diagnosis. And
but you're not that old. You don't make it look like you are. You're not that old.
But all the same, during that time, my mom did not know what diagnosis I was having then.
Okay.
I wasn't talking, I wasn't walking.
Wow.
So basically, I was just there, even though I could sit and really not do much of the movement, because my neuro disorder is basically how to do with mobility. Okay. So that means that much of my movement was restricted.
Okay.
So I think my mom didn't know.
Okay.
And my mom is a very prayerful person.
Okay.
She's a very good Christian. Extremely good.
Wow.
So instead of going to the doctor, she went to the church.
Okay.
So she spent much of her energy in the church. And then one time she carried me over together, and then to an online section.
Wow.
And then afterwards, she was like, okay, fine. When we go back home in her way, she was like, when I took you back home, all you could say was, at that point in time, we were living with my grandma.
Okay.
Because my dad wasn't in the country then.
Okay.
So it was like, all I could hear was that, Mama, I was stumbling. Mama, this is no.
That's almost like a miracle.
Yeah, you could see that. Because I believe that God has a reason for making me in this way.
Exactly.
I did not see it as a curse. And even though I've been approached by pastors attempting to try and then miraculously heal me.
Now you're being naughty.
Yeah, miraculously heal me. But in actual sense,
Yeah.
you know, I believe that God also said that, you know, I'll use the foolishness of this world.
To shame the wise.
Good. So for me, my disability is not a curse in any way.
Yeah.
And I am not tempted in any way to change. I don't wish to be, you know, be normal gay boy.
We'll be right back.
Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all are Catholic pudding. We all are Catholic pudding. We all are Catholic pudding with all its good cheer.
Joy to the world, peace on earth. This is a season of love, a season of joy, a season of giving. This is the Voice of Ability and for persons with disability, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a joyous, blessed New Year.
I'm strong and I'm chosen.
I am not afraid and I'm chosen. I am not neglected. I am chosen. I'm not alone. I'm chosen.
I'm intelligent and I'm chosen.
I am beautiful and I am chosen.
I am anointed and I am chosen.
I am strong and I am chosen.
The Chosen Generation, written by the Bishop, Dr. Charles C. Hackman. Purchase copies of The Chosen Generation from Amazon or call +233 550 507 077 or +233 20 197 9481. Purchase copies of The Chosen Generation and support the H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. Now available on Jumia, so grab your copies now.
Welcome back.
It was at the age of 9 when I had a headache, so I complained to my parents, and then they took me to the hospital. So a doctor wrongly injected my vein, and then after the injection, I just got paralyzed, could not walk again. So we have been to churches, we have prayed very
First of all,
hard.
you were 9 years old.
Yes, I was at the age of 9.
You have walked, you have talked.
Yes.
You have friends.
I've been to the farm with my dad, my mom.
My goodness.
And at that time, farming was what we were doing.
Okay.
So usually when we are going to the farm, I was the one that carries the water on my head, and then we go. As a little boy, I'll be given a small portion to eat.
Wow.
So
and then you have headache, you go to the hospital, and a doctor injects you wrongly.
Yes.
Yeah. At that age of 9, all of a sudden you cannot walk again. How were you feeling and how did you handle it?
Okay, so at that time, you know, the general perception of the public, when like a mom gives birth to a child or something happens to you in a family, they think that maybe this is a curse. Usually your family is cursed, or maybe you've done something wrong as a result that you've had this punishment. So it was very, very bad. Like my mother, my parents, like even the kids around that I play with, it was very, very tough because nobody had wanted to associate him or herself to me again.
But that's so strange.
Yeah.
Here you are, they play with you, they do everything with you. Then the same person gets into a disability and cannot be talked to. You can't come close to the person.
Yeah.
So you became a curse overnight?
I was really rejected from the house. I have been in an uncompleted, trying to hustle. But during all this time, I would say that the Lord was with me.
My God.
Because I don't know, I never gave up. After this thing happened, we have been to hospitals, but I still go to the riverside, use this line and hook, trap fish, take it to the market, sell, and then get something little. And I was using to...
No, Macklin, slow down. Slow
really,
down.
yeah,
Slow down.
yeah.
You are paralyzed in your lower limbs.
Yeah.
So you can't walk. So those times you were crawling.
I was crawling as a means of movement. So,
And you would go to the riverside.
yeah,
crawling?
So, I crawl. I can crawl, like given a distance like almost about 5 kilometers. I can crawl in and out.
Are you serious?
Yes, I can crawl. Those days, that was the means of movement. So I could crawl. As far as I want to go any distance, I will have to crawl.
Was it not dangerous?
Yeah, it was dangerous, but I would say God was with me. Maybe God knew the reason why He brought me into this state. And I think those days I do regret, but I think it's the doing of the Lord, and I don't regret again.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Fascinating. Your story is so much of an inspiration.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your education. So you become paralyzed, you can't walk again. Did it affect your education?
Yeah, so those times, it really affected my education. After 95,
Okay.
some benevolent people introduced my dad to the orthopedic training center.
Okay.
So they took me there, they did operation on my 2 legs.
Okay.
And there, it's like they started teaching us some petty stuff. So after the operation, I stayed at the orthopedic training center for 2 years. Then the head of the center linked me to a school closer at Insawan, which was Prince Boateng Memorial School. Wow. So I started in class 2.
In your story, your family rejected you.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Okay, so...
They have been with you for 9 years.
Yes.
You become paralyzed because a doctor injected you wrongly, and they reject you.
Yeah. So when I say my family rejected me, it's like I would say from my mom's side, like my mom, after my disability, my mom left the marriage.
My God.
And so all the burden was on my dad. My dad never gave up on me, but like also had the courage that like I could school and then become somebody in future. Others were saying that, so after my disability now, all I can learn is probably becoming a shoemaker or weaving basket to be sold in the market. But I was telling my dad that when he forced to take me to school, I'll really do very well. So it's like my dad also had this spirit, and so tried, and then with the help of others, I got enrolled in Prince Boateng Memorial.
So before your disability at 9, what did you have in mind to be in future?
I was always saying that I want to become a bank manager. Work in the bank.
Why bank manager?
Yeah, because like what happened was that it looks like all the time people say that they tell my dad, this your son will grow and become a great person. So they were calling me Achu the Great, Achu the Great, Achu the Great. So like you become a bank manager. When somebody asks you, what would you become in future? Say you want to become a bank manager, work in the bank. And what they were saying is that like usually people like us, because we usually stay at one place, we can work in the bank, become a teller. So it's like I had the interest, and then also I was also working at it. Yeah.
We are heading towards what you do now, what has taken you all over the world now. But you were a hunter?
Yeah.
I know you don't give up, but please, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You were crawling and you were hunting.
Yeah.
How?
Okay, so when I had my disability at the age of 9, after that, like let's say from the age 15 going, it got to a time I could not depend only on my parents. And because I started with my dad farming goes with hunting. Sometimes when you farm and then rodents are trooping into your crops, you have to set some traps to get them away. So I was doing those petty stuff. I set traps, and then when I get a game, I go to the market to sell them, sometimes to I trap fishes at the riverbank and then go to sell them. So it got to a time that I realized sometimes when I go to the bush, I see the animals, but I only had the option of setting traps for them. So at the age of 18, I pleaded with my godmother to help me acquire a gun with the lances, such that when I go to the bush and I see the animals like this, I could shoot them. So it was a scary idea.
Obviously.
Yeah, she was scared, but she advised that, okay, fine, for now, I'm too young to be handling that. So what she would do is that she will get me more traps. So when I set more traps, I can get more game. So I can set.
But
so,
I saw a picture of yours with a gun across your shoulder.
Sure.
So you eventually had the gun.
So I eventually had a gun. And that was that was when I was in SS, and then it really helped because Pastor.
It really helped, but it was dangerous.
Yeah, it was dangerous, but I never had a motive of probably using it for anything but just to go to the bush.
Yeah, not for anything bad, but you are hunting an animal, you shoot the animal you miss, and the animal now charges on you. What would you do?
Okay, so I would say it was just this mere rodents, grass cutter, squirrel, rabbits, antelope, and then maybe bush cat or bush dog and those stuffs. Yeah.
That is not me. I know you are actually the great.
Yeah.
But that is not me.
Yeah.
And you were killing antelopes, all these.
Yeah.
How did you learn to fire a gun?
So, like my dad usually use a gun, and sometimes when we come back, he teaches us how to use it. But it was only my senior brothers that were using it. But I had all the clues what to do. Yeah, when I acquired it, even my dad was shocked that I acquired a gun and I was using it.
Wow.
So I once brought the gun and then the lances to him. And one day I went to the bush and then I had a good game and I brought it. Then my dad really saw that it's in the blood.
Wow.
Blood, yeah.
I'm trying to find out where your confidence comes from, because your condition demands a lot of carefulness.
Honestly.
But you didn't seem to be too careful.
Yeah.
Why?
So what I would say is that I don't know where that came from, but it was from God. I go to the bush alone. Sometimes I see snakes, I see scorpions, but I've been through bush all of my life, but I've never had been bitten by a snake. And I say it is the doing of God. So it's like it was God that instilled this confidence in me. The confidence to persevere. The confidence to break through the odd. The confidence not to like look down upon myself, but to say I've got some potential in me and I can do things through Christ who strengthens me.
We'll be right back. Focus, true grit. Keep going. Keep your eyes on the prize. No stopping, because winning is not an option. It's 60-second success with a bishop. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of 60-second success with the Bishop. Today I want to talk about an important ingredient of success: opportunities. Opportunities are not the things that you think others should give you. Opportunities are not the doors that you think others should open for you. Opportunities are not what you think is somebody else's responsibility to make available for you. I believe that opportunities are the right decisions that we take at the right times. Ordinary people wait for opportunities, but extraordinary people, successful people, create opportunities. I have always said, and I always have believed, that if you think you deserve something, be willing to work hard for it, and success will be yours. Thank you. Let's branch a bit into dealing with lupus and faith issues. You have survived. You have been strong. I look at you and I think, this girl is so strong. This girl is courageous. But there are some people watching us, they don't have an iota of what you have. How do you survive lupus and even other autoimmune conditions when you don't have a strong background in your religious faith and all that? Let's talk about faith as it relates to this condition.
Okay, so even people who don't believe in God or atheists have accepted, according to research, that spirituality in itself has therapeutic benefits.
Okay.
So sometimes they'll recommend so many different kinds of things. They'll just say meditate. They say, what should I meditate about? Nothing, just meditate. But as a Christian, I'll tell you that he says, this book of the law shall not depart out. You shall meditate upon it. Upon the word of God. That is the meditation I prescribe. What are you going to meditate about? So they do that. And they say you can do yoga, you can do tai chi, you can, things to bring you some tranquility, you know. And as a Christian, I always have had storms, storms upon storms, that sometimes you feel that, and one of my grandmothers, she said, Razobobo, na so church, not church. And one
sometimes
time,
it takes time. He's sorting out all the other factors that will make the miracle complete.
My CEO said, he said, amen, amen. My CEO once said, he said, I will not drive them out in one haste, but little by little.
Exactly.
So I have overcome vasculitis. I moved across. I have suffered from bleeding within. I moved across. I've suffered from hair loss. I've moved across. And now if somebody comes to tell me that I'm having hair loss, I say, God can give you back your hair.
Yeah.
Because I'm not talking what somebody said, I'm talking what I know.
Exactly.
And by the grace of God, prayer, my Archbishop says, prayer is a necessity. It's a necessity for daily survival. And heaven won't do anything until man prays. So there are times that I felt like, but then I have to. He said, if my people who are called by my name will humble the I need you.
Humble themselves.
So first of all, I was in denial that I don't believe what is happening. But first of all, if you don't accept that you need help, how can you be helped?
Exactly.
So I had to come to terms with the fact that, okay, this is what I have, whether I like it or not. I have been diagnosed. Somebody said that if you accept what the doctor has said, you don't have faith. You don't have faith. Okay, I will keep your faith. Let me also work in my lane. Accepted that this is the condition I'm dealing with. And I said, Lord Jesus, you said that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. Teach me how to walk this journey, because your word says that after you have been comforted, comfort your brethren. So Lord Jesus, let your glory be seen through me, so that people will know that there is hope in you. That even if I'm still taking medications, it's not because you have deserted me, because you say you'll be with me through the fire. So this is fire for me. It's not easy. I struggle. Sometimes even being able to bath. Sometimes I say, Radhi, thank you for forgetfulness, because if I have to remember all the pain that I have been through, it feels like you're reliving everything again. So I thank God for forgetfulness, but the other parts of the forgetfulness, which is a symptom that I don't like, because it makes people get angry with me that, did you forget this? Or why did you forget? But I like the forgetfulness about the pain that I have endured as a person. And one day, a doctor told me that, whoa, you've been through a lot. You're too young for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And I said, well, I don't know, but it is well.
I like the fact that you still take your medication even though you pray. In the scriptures, Jesus was asked to heal lepers. He told them to go and see the priest. In those days, the priests were like the doctors. They were in charge of it. He could have done it the good way, but he said they should go show themselves to the priest, and it was on their way.
Yes.
On their way. So God doesn't deny medications.
No, he doesn't.
But our faith strengthens it.
Yes.
Hebrews says that some people heard the word, but because they couldn't mix it with faith, the word didn't help. So whatever we do, our ability to mix it with faith
Yes.
brings the impact.
Yes. My granny says, God heals for doctors to get the glory.
Yeah.
Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, who is
Yeah.
a great physician?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there were times that I refused to take the medications because I said, look, it's spiritual. And so I stopped taking the blood thinner. And before I could say, Jack, in fact, I actually shared the testimony with a friend of mine. Major blood thinner, no pharmacy. I'm so fine, no symptoms, no pain. And after some time, it started coming back again. I said, Radhi, I was applying faith. How could you not honor my faith? You know?
But faith without works.
Faith with that. So I thought I was applying, because sometimes you talk to believers and they make you feel like we're going through this because you don't have faith. If you had faith, you wouldn't be taking this medication for all these years. I mean, 10 years plus, you're taking medication.
The
Who need
righteous falleth 7 times and would rise up. Is it because they don't have faith? In this world, you would have tribulations, Jesus said. Does it mean they don't have faith?
From them all.
The tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all like our figgy pudding. We all like our figgy pudding. We all like our figgy pudding with all its good cheer.
This is a season of love. So make sure you show love to a person with disability. And I want to wish everybody in the disability community a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Bishop, for allowing Oyemam Autoimmune Foundation this great opportunity.
You're welcome.
Because without you and the great work you're doing, people will not stretch that hand. But Jesus said that at the gate, he refused some people because he said, you didn't do it for your brother.
Yeah.
When you do it for your brother, you
Yeah.
have done it for me.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody thinks so much of themselves and their peculiar
Yeah.
challenges that
Yeah.
it's hard to stretch out that helping hand. But you're stretching it out. It doesn't mean you don't have challenges, but you're still doing it.
Is the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
To bear
H4P, celebrating 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. Hooray! It's H4P showtime.
So, Mami, please, what date should we set for the wedding? Yes.
Abe.
Yes, Mrs. Abe.
I'm scared.
Oh, but why are you scared?
I don't want to be hurt.
Oh, don't be scared, my dear. Look, I don't hurt. Mami, look, I can't even hurt a fly. Yes. Mami, look, let me tell you something. Hey, do you know that when mosquitoes are biting me, I don't kill them? Yes. Hey, I just allow them to feel free. Hey, I tell them, bite. I just allow them to feel free because I never ever want to hurt their feelings. How much more you, Mrs. Abe?
Abednego, get serious.
Oh, you see, life is already serious.
I am serious. You see, if you want me to marry you, you have to be serious.
Oh, Mami, you see, I am serious with immediate effect coupled with extreme alacrity.
Abednego,
Sanity.
I am very serious. Look, I can't survive it if you disappoint me.
Oh, Mami, you see, I will never disappoint you. Mami, you see, look, I love you. I love you with all my heart. And I love everything about you. Oh, Mami, you see.
Abednego, Abe, bingo.
Present, sir, madam.
I am making a decision to love you for the rest of my life.
Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. Oh,
and I hope you won't make me regret this.
Not at all, Mamisi. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mamisi, I can't promise you that loving me would be easy, but I can promise you that it will be worth it every day and every second. Mamisi, thank you bombastically for accepting to be my wife. Look, I will never ever leave you nor forsake you. That says Abednego Abebingu Jr.
Amen.
Amen. Mamisi, I love you so much. You are all I have. I will always...
please, but I don't even know much about you. In fact, I know nothing about you apart from the fact that...
Apart from the fact that I am madly in love with you, and you are just seconds away from falling helplessly in love with moi.
Abe, get serious. You see, if I am going to be your wife, I must know things about you.
Oh, my baby, my darling.
Abe, please hold on. I have not fully agreed to your proposal, so you can't call me that yet.
Oh, Mami.
So tell me something about you.
Okay. Well, my name, without a shadow of doubt, nor ambiguity, and without any impending or foreseeable encumbrances, is Abednego Abebingu Jr. Bombastic. Sanity. Well, my father is Mr. Abednego Abebingu Senior, an ambassador.
Okay.
And my mother is Mrs. Abednego Abebingu, country director of H4P International. And you know, I have a sister who lives in London with her husband.
Okay.
And I also attended the only high school in Ghana.
And which one is that?
Motown, of course.
Wow. That's interesting. That is so interesting because that's my alma mater.
You see, that is a prophetic sign that we belong to each other. Oh, Mami, I put it to you. Even nature testifies.
That's right.
History amplifies. And the future exemplifies.
Wow.
So there is nothing to modify nor rectify. It is pure love. Bombastic.
Oh, yes.
Sanetie, Mama.
Sanetie, Dada.
Sanetie. Oh, Mami, I love you so much, you know.
Me too.
Mami, you see, I am a lawyer.
Okay.
And I run my own law firm.
Wow.
And
Okay.
last but not the least, you know, I am almost sweeping you off your feet. Mami, I love you so much and I'm ready to die for you.
Hey, then I've changed my mind, Abe. I won't marry you again. No.
Oh, Mami,
No.
Why?
Because I want you to live for me and not die for me.
Oh, Mami,
Abe,
Yes, my
but
dear.
does that mean I'll be called Mrs. Mamiesi Bingo?
Oh, in fact, Mami, you will be called Mrs. Abednego Abebingo Jr.
Jesus.
Because by then my mother will graduate to become Mrs. Abednego Abebingo Senior.
Abe, but
Yes, my
can't
dear.
we do anything about it?
Oh, no.
We can negotiate.
Oh, no. It's a very nice name. Oh, so cool. Hey. Mami, my fine lady, to make me crazy. You have my heart, baby. You're my one lady. Your love makes me go crazy. I love you, baby. Girl, you're so beautiful. You're so wonderful. Your love is so meaningful and so bountiful. You are my angel, my baby, my lady. Your love makes me crazy. Oh, baby, my baby, you are so beautiful. You're so wonderful. Your love is so meaningful. I love you. Oh, Amatia, you are my angel.
My love, I give you all my heart. Keep it in your heart. Please don't break my heart. Oh, my darling, yeah. I give you all of me, yeah. Take good care of me. I don't care whatever.
You are adorable, it's unimaginable. Your love is so awesome, makes me so handsome. Hey, you are incredibly, unbelievably, so delectably. You are my angel, you are my baby. Your love makes me crazy. Oh, baby, my baby, you are adorable, so delectably. Mami, so galantably. Mami, you are my angel.
I love you forever. I love you
Purchase copies of the H4P melodrama DVDs today. Contact H4P on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338. All sales are for the promotion of our disability advocacy. So grab your copies now. It's H4P Showtime. It's 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. H4P Ajiko.
Now we are at the freestyle segment of the program. The freestyle segment is where I allow my guests to do anything. They could sing, they could dance, they could recite a poem, they could play an instrument, they can do anything. It is freestyle.
Because dance near me habit. Say my dakra no nyane Mrs. Yamesa. Enti means slow because I made you make my boy me that.
Eric, the floor is yours. Well, this is where we draw the curtains on this special edition of the Helping Hand TV show. I'm going to come your way again next week with another special edition. Special thanks to DV Unlimited Company Limited, Fire City Chapel, my proud sponsors, and special thanks to you for tuning in. Special thanks to all those who contribute to the Helping Hand TV show through our mobile money system. God richly bless you. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. You have been with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. I'll come your way again next week. Until then, remember, disability is not inability. God richly bless you. Take care of yourself and stay safe.
Oh, come,